Okay, we're back. We just made this whole staircase really curvy. Oh, staircase passageway really curvy in the last episode, and now we can progress. We need to walk up this particular staircase here. In the last episode, we were on a rotating platform, and we had to shoot an arrow through a torch into an icy block, so that we could. No, actually, we don't go up that staircase, we go down a hole. The first thing we have to do in every phase here is go through a hole. And there'll be a platform here that will fall down and will crush us if we're not careful. So what we need to do is pay attention to the gaps in the platform to make sure that we don't get crushed. Right, the first gap in the platform will be where this button is. And pushing this button will open the door at the end of the chamber. As you can see, there was a gap over that chest over there. So if we make a beeline for that chest, we should be able to be safe. Make sure we stand in front of the chest. Right, it worked. We can open up the chest. We were just a bundle of arrows. Okay, there's nothing else to be sought here, so let's go through the room. To the other room. Okay, luckily there was a gap in the door, in front of the door there. Okay, it's some sort of chamber. Oh, and there's a big painting on the left. To shoot the painting like every other painting. And these blocks from the ceiling fall down, and we have to push them together to make a picture. I think it has to be a copy of the painting that we were just looking at. So we'll push these blocks together. It's fairly nerve-wracking, actually. I think we're going to make it. I'm pretty sure that we'll make it at this stage. If you fail the first time, it can rotate and become even harder. I think you lose a heart as well by doing so. Right, this boss is no different to take out than the other ones. You just gotta wait for it to become corporeal after being non-corporeal. Then you can take it out. It's fairly simple. If you get it cornered, you don't even have to move your controller. Right, this should be the last hit that we need to make on this boss. Lots of waiting at this stage. Right, that was it. Well, we've released the flame. It settles back in its torch. And the door opens. And then there was no chest. So no more keys at this stage. I wonder if there are any more keys that we need to get. Maybe this will lead us out to the main chamber. Make sure we pick up all the money. Okay, there seems to be some sort of ghost in the middle. It seems to be crying? Is it crying? This is the last ghost with the last flame that it's stolen from the torch. With this particular boss, you need to hit the real one, because the other three are a copy. And there's a special trick to work out which ones are real and which ones are copy. If you stay out of your first-person perspective and use Z targeting, you can try and see if one of the ghosts does a rotation. I'll show you guys what I mean right now. See? That particular ghost there does a rotation, so that's the real ghost. We need to hit it. That ghost to the left was the real one, but I didn't get into the correct orientation first. To be careful, otherwise we get attacked if we're too slow. Right, excellent, we hit it. I think it's 5 hits like all the other ones to make sure that there's no flame blocking our view. Okay, that went to the left. That was the real one because it did a rotation. Right, we've managed to defeat this mini-boss. I think the next thing that we have to do is we have to drop down into this elevator here, this lift. This lift should take us down to the next phase of the dungeon. This phase of the dungeon might be a little bit tedious, so bear with me. We have to keep pushing this switch all around to open up passageways and push buttons. By pushing the switch, we open up a gate, and that allows us to push more switches until we can get to the final passageway, which leads us to the boss chamber. So, bear with me, we have to start pushing this particular wall here. The wall will rotate, and it'll open up new passageways. Okay, there seems to be a skull watcher here. And a gold sculpture too, I can hear. There it is, it's on the wall. Right, time to keep pushing. As you can see, this passageway is blocked. That passageway is blocked. It's not a real passageway yet. Pushing the wall once more. That passageway seems blocked. And that passageway is gated, so we can't get through. We're gonna have to push the wall again. Make sure we get a good grip. Okay, this passageway is open, and there's a switch in the middle. So this will open up a gate, as you can see. I think that might have been the main boss gate, but we have to keep pushing this wall around to make sure that each other passageway opens up. Right, both gated. That one's blocked by a concrete wall, a stone wall. Oh, and this one has some sort of treasure chest. Arrows, useless. Okay, cool. Another switch. stone wall. And what's on the other side? A switch that we've already pushed. Okay, cool. Another switch that we can access. Okay, and I think that opened up the door to the boss chamber. Alright, we've made it. Here comes the boss. I paused for a bit because I was anticipating that I'd finish an episode just as I approached the boss chamber, but nope, that's it. We're moving into the boss. This is probably one of the more difficult bosses, to tell you the truth. It takes a bit of skill. But because we've got the big Goron sword, we should be able to take care of it pretty quickly. Ah, damn. Our exit is blocked. Oh, it's Ganon himself! Or is it? No, it's not. It's not Ganon. It's Phantom Ganon. So what happens here is that Phantom Ganon will transfigure himself into paintings. And him and a copy will both run out of a painting, and you have to shoot the correct one in this phase of the boss battle with your arrow. Like I did just then. And by doing that, you'll send him back into the painting. So his copy was there. So there's a... So that was his copy. This is the real one. They run back into the painting. I think he's behind us. Whoa, too late, we got hit. Here we have 6 arrows, we've got to be really careful. I wasted a lot of them on that last hit. On that last copy of the Phantom Ganon. So this may be his copy. No, that was his copy. So we've got to find the real one pretty quickly. Okay, we managed to hit it. We seem to be hitting it quite late. Okay, what's going to happen now is that Phantom Ganon will shoot a beam of light at us. And we need to return that beam of light with our sword. If we stand too close, we get stunned. Like that. We're not stunned, but actually attacked. Yeah, not doing so well right now. I think I need to get further away. I need to distance myself from this Phantom Ganon. The beam of light is just hitting me directly, so I think if I move further away, there should be more time for me to get adjusted. No, still getting hit. Wonder when Phantom Ganon is going to move further away. Luckily we have enough life to take care of all of this. Okay, he seems to be further away now. It gets faster each time. Okay. He's hit. This is where we attack with our sword. Luckily, because we have the big Goron sword, we can do this all in one hit. We don't have to return back to the light throwing phase. As you can see, the immediate advantages of doing that trading quest really early in the game. Makes the game a lot easier. Alright, we've got another heart container. That completes our first row. Looks like we're being carried to the Chamber of the Sages now. Like I said, this is only one of the second times that you get to see Saria. You know, you don't get to develop much more of a friendship with Saria than what we saw before. Oh, that's good. That's nice. I guess her spirit will always be with us, even though that she's now a sage and she lives in the Chamber of Sages. Seems to be some sort of sprout down here. Ah! We're about to have something very important explained to us. Because we didn't have a fairy when we started this game, but then a fairy came to us. But then we also grew up after being sealed in the Door of Time for 7 years. Yeah, we're not a Kokiri, that's right, we're a Hylian. We're an adult person. We're a normal human, and not a forest sprite or a forest fairy. I read this out. Some time ago, before the King of Hyrule unified this country, there was a fierce war in our world. One day, to escape from the fires of the war, a Hylian mother and her baby boy entered this forbidden forest. The mother was gravely injured. Her only choice was to entrust the child to the Deku Tree, the guardian spirit of the forest. The Deku Tree could sense that this was a child of destiny, whose fate would affect the entire world, so he took him into the forest. After the mother passed away, the baby was raised as a Kokiri, and now, finally, the day of destiny has come. Yeah, so we were always going to leave this forest. We don't really belong to this forest. Now we've learned our destiny, so we know what we have to do. That's right. We have to save the land of Hyrule, if it wasn't already obvious. You have to break all the curses, defeat all the bosses. Alright, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. That was the first dungeon, done and dusted. We've got a few things that we have to do now, a few housekeeping things, but we will be getting on to the Fire Temple pretty soon. Alright, I'll see you guys next time.